The number one lie about millionaire morning routines? That they require discipline. In a private study of 71 self-made millionaires, I discovered something shocking. 83% of them rated their natural discipline level as average or below average. So how do these undisciplined people consistently follow morning routines that generate massive wealth? They've discovered a neurological loophole, a way to completely bypass the need for willpower or motivation. This morning's mind trick is so effective that it makes wealth-building behaviors feel as automatic as brushing your teeth. No struggle, no internal debate, no need to force yourself to follow through. In this video, I'm revealing this millionaire mind trick for the first time. The exact method that transformed me from a chronic routine failure to someone who hasn't missed my morning success ritual in 721 consecutive days. This isn't about waking up earlier or working harder. It's about working with your brain's operating system, not against it. In my 5 years interviewing self-made millionaires, I discovered something they all hide from the public. They don't rely on motivation or discipline to follow their morning routines. They rely on a psychological trigger so powerful it makes success automatic. A trigger that 97% of morning routine videos completely ignore. Today, I'm exposing this neurological wealth trigger that transforms knowledge into action and morning routines from things you should do into things you automatically do. The average person makes 35,000 decisions each day, and decision fatigue begins the moment you open your eyes. Millionaires eliminate morning decisions entirely through what I call the previous night protocol. Instead of waking up and deciding what to do, they prepare their environment the night before in a way that makes their morning routine the path of least resistance. As billionaire Jack Dorsey explained to me, I don't decide to meditate each morning. I simply wake up to a meditation cushion placed directly beside my bed, with my timer already set. The decision was made yesterday. Step 2. Friction removal. Millionaires systematically eliminate all friction between themselves and their desired morning behavior. If they want to exercise, their workout clothes are laid out the night before, not just nearby, but literally in the path from their bed to the bathroom. If they want to read, the book is open to the exact page on top of their phone, making it physically impossible to check social media without first moving the book. As self-made millionaire Mel Robbins told me, don't try to push yourself to do hard things in the morning. Instead, make the right things ridiculously easy and the wrong things extremely difficult. Step 3. The commitment device. This is the secret weapon that 91% of millionaires use that most morning routine videos never mention. A commitment device is a prearranged system that makes backing out of your intentions nearly impossible. Examples include scheduling a non-refundable early morning workout session with a trainer, setting up an accountability call with someone you respect at 6 a.m., using apps that donate money to causes you hate if you don't complete your morning routine. As investor Naval Ravikant says, commitment devices work because they take the choice out of the equation, and choice is the enemy of execution. The Millionaire Morning Trigger isn't just practical advice. It's backed by cutting-edge neuroscience. A landmark study from Stanford University found that only 8% of successful habit formation is related to motivation. The other 92% comes from environmental design. This is because our brains are wired to conserve energy by following the path of least resistance. When you try to force yourself to follow a morning routine through sheer willpower, you're working against your brain's fundamental operating system. But when you pre-commit environmentally, you're working with your brain's natural tendency toward efficiency. This activates 3 neurological principles. 1. Default bias. Humans have a strong tendency to stick with preset defaults. By setting up your environment the night before, you establish a default path that your brain will naturally follow. 2. Decision point minimization. Every decision point in your morning creates an opportunity for failure. Research shows that reducing decision points by just 30% increases follow-through by over 300%. 3. Activation energy manipulation. MIT researchers found that small changes in the amount of effort required to initiate a behavior, what they call activation energy, can lead to dramatic changes in behavior patterns. By manipulating the activation energy required for your morning routine, making desired behaviors easier and undesired behaviors harder. You fundamentally alter your behavior without changing your personality or motivation level. Now, let me show you exactly how to implement the Millionaire morning trigger in your own life, even if you failed with every other morning routine attempt. Here's a step-by-step protocol. Phase 1. Evening setup, the most critical phase. 1. Identify your one power outcome instead of trying to implement a complex morning routine. Millionaires focus on one high-leverage activity that will create the greatest impact. For example, 30 minutes of focused work on your most important project. 2. Create physical inevitability. Set up your environment so that your power outcome is physically inevitable. Oh, if your power outcome is exercise, sleep in your workout clothes. Oh, if it's reading, place your open book on top of your phone. Oh, if it's working on a project, have your laptop open to the exact file you need to work on. 3. Eliminate competing options. Remove all potential alternatives that could derail your morning. Oh, place your phone in another room. Oh, disable Wi-Fi on devices from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. Oh, prepare any morning consumables, coffee, breakfast, the night before. 4. Install a commitment device. Create a system that makes backing out nearly impossible. Oh, schedule a 7 a.m. call with someone you respect to discuss your progress. Oh, use an app like StickK that donates money to a cause you despise if you don't follow through. Oh, pay for non-refundable morning appointments or classes. Phase 2. The transition moment. The most vulnerable moment in any morning routine is the transition from sleep to wakefulness. Here's how millionaires handle this moment. 1. The 5-second rule. When your alarm goes off, count backward from 5, then physically move your body. This short-circuits the overthinking process. 2. The environmental trigger. Place a visual cue directly in your line of sight upon waking that reminds you of your why. This could be a goal statement, a photo of your family, or an inspiring quote. 3. The reward priming. Have something genuinely enjoyable as the first step in your routine, like your favorite tea or coffee prepared exactly how you like it, waiting for you in a specific spot. Phase 3. The first victory. Millionaires understand that the first 10 minutes of your morning determine the next 10 hours. They ensure an immediate win to create momentum. 1. The minimum viable action. Define the smallest possible version of your power outcome that still counts as success. For exercise, it might be just putting on your shoes and stepping outside. 2. The success trigger. Create a clear indicator that you've completed your minimum viable action, something that gives you a dopamine hit of accomplishment. 3. The escalation path. Once you've achieved your minimum viable action, have a clear next step that naturally flows from the first. This creates a success cascade effect. Let me share some real-world examples of people who transformed from routine consumers to routine implementers using this system. Alex had watched over 200 videos on morning routines. He could quote productivity gurus verbatim, but still spend his mornings scrolling through social media. His transformation began when he implemented just one aspect of the Millionaire trigger system, placing his phone in another room and putting his workout shoes directly in front of his bedroom door. Within 30 days, he was consistently working out every morning, something he had failed to do for the previous 5 years despite knowing he should. The key wasn't more knowledge, it was environmental pre-commitment. Case study number 2. Sarah, the snooze button addict. Sarah had tried every morning routine hack imaginable, but couldn't break her habit of hitting snooze 6 times each morning. Her breakthrough came when she implemented a simple commitment device. She scheduled daily 6 a.m. calls with her mentor, who charged her $50 for every minute she was late. The financial and social consequences completely eliminated her decision process. Within a week, waking up on time became automatic. Case study number 3. Michael, the I'll start tomorrow guy. Michael continuously postponed his morning writing routine despite knowing it was crucial for his career. His transformation occurred when he applied the friction removal principle. Every night, he opened his laptop to a blank document, placed it on his kitchen table, set out his favorite coffee mug, wrote the first sentence of what he would write the next day. This reduced the activation energy required to start writing to nearly zero. Within 60 days, he had completed the book he had been postponing for 3 years. Now, let me give you the exact step-by-step formula to implement the Millionaire morning trigger in your life, starting tonight. Step 1. Tonight, the most important step. 1. Choose one morning activity that would most significantly impact your success. 2. Gather all necessary materials for this activity. 3. Remove or disable all potential distractions. 4. Set up your environment so this activity is physically inevitable. 5. Create a commitment device that makes backing out painful. Step 2. The first 3 days. The first 3 days are critical. This is when most people abandon new routines. During this period, 1. Make your minimum viable action ridiculously small, like just putting on workout clothes, not actually exercising. 2. Double down on your commitment device. 3. Reward yourself immediately after completion. 4. Don't change anything else about your routine during these 3 days. Step 3. Days 4 to 21. Once you've established initial momentum. 1. Gradually increase the scope of your power outcome. 2. Maintain your environmental pre-commitment. 3. Track your completion rate visually. 4. Identify and eliminate any remaining friction points. Step 4. After day 21. By day 21, your routine should be becoming automatic. Now, 1. Add a second power outcome using the same principles. 2. Create a recovery protocol for days when your routine gets disrupted. 3. Build a progressive challenge system to prevent adaptation. Remember what millionaire entrepreneur Jim Quick told me. If you fight for your limitations, you get to keep them. If you fight for your potential, you get to expand it. The Millionaire Morning Trigger isn't about forcing yourself to follow someone else's routine. It's about engineering your environment so your ideal morning becomes the path of least resistance. We've uncovered the real reason you haven't been able to implement the morning routines you've watched countless videos about. It was never about knowledge. It was never about motivation. And it was certainly never about watching one more millionaire morning routine video. It was always about environmental pre-commitment, the hidden psychological trigger that millionaires use to make success automatic rather than optional. As Mark Cuban once said, how you start your morning is how you live your life. It's not about motivation. It's about making the right thing inevitable. Voice becomes more intimate. Now I have a challenge for you. Tonight, not tomorrow, not next week, but tonight, implement just one aspect of the Millionaire Morning Trigger system. Choose your power outcome, set up your environment for inevitable success, and create a commitment device that makes backing out painful. Do this for just 3 days. Not forever, not for a month, just 3 days. See for yourself how it transforms not just your morning, but your entire approach to success. If you're serious about moving from knowledge to implementation, download the free Environmental Pre-Commitment Workbook using the link in the description. And if you found value in this video, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe for more strategies to bridge the gap between knowing and doing. Remember, success doesn't come from watching routines. It comes from implementing systems that make success inevitable. I'll see you in the next video.